Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Altcoin Mentors YouTube channel. My name is Peter, and today I'm going to be doing our weekly technical analysis of Bitcoin and the crypto markets. We haven't done these in a while. I apologize for that. We've been traveling the holidays. I am currently in Korea right now, working with a couple of mentees, teaching them how to trade. So it's been very busy. The time frames are a little bit off. And we're also making changes to our programs, including a little bit more of the regular financial products. So our main goal here at Altcoin Mentors is to help as many people as possible achieve their goal of financial freedom. And we believe trading cryptocurrencies is an opportunity of a lifetime. By the end of this video, you should have a better understanding of where the crypto markets are going in the near-term and long-term future. If you like our videos, please follow us on Twitter and on Telegram. If you'd like to be notified of our latest videos, please hit the bell button. Alright, so let's look at the weekly charts. So this is XBT, which is for BitMEX. So one of the reasons why we made a bunch of changes is because actually for me on a personal level, I closed my Bitfinex account. Bitfinex was having a lot of problems. Order flow wasn't that good. I was getting bad fills. And then they had issues with their banks. So I closed it a couple of months ago. That's one of the reasons why we're trying to change here. And I didn't post this before or talk about it before because I didn't want to, it's not like about worrying, anybody. It's not like I'm a huge influencer or anything. But, there were some concerns brought up. And because the exchanges are all relatively new, and you can see that the volume was drying out, I thought it would be a good time to get out of Bitfinex. And so currently, all I'm using is BitMEX and Binance. So things have changed, a little bit. But I do understand that there's a big difference between the cash market for Bitcoin and for XBT, for the futures on BitMEX. So I will show you both the charts. They look pretty similar. So if you look at this is the Bitfinex chart here on a weekly basis. You see that it's on a downward trajectory, right? So it was staging here for a long time in the summertime. Finally broke 6,000, went all the way down, and now it's been hovering. So if you zoom in here, let's look at it here. Right, you'll see that we have a up bar. So sometimes people get excited about this type of a bar on a weekly. But the problem is that it hasn't confirmed. The confirmation has to be above this candle, and then it's right above at resistance. So about 4,400 is the level. So if it breaks 4,500 to the upside and it clears, then it might make a run back up to 6,000. But this is an inside bar. So if you look at it over the last 5 weeks now, I'll draw this. Right, this is the bar. So if you look at it, so people get excited, but it's been stagnant for a long time. And that's what happened over here, right, as well. So because of that, I don't get too excited on the upside move. The trend in the long term is negative. The medium term trend, though, is positive, and so is the short term trend. So we'll be talking about that a little bit. So let's look at it here on a shorter time frame here. So as you can see, look. I drew it on the weeklies and look at how it is on, the 6-hour time frame, right? It's like staying right in this channel, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, almost perfectly. So this is how you trade. So it bounced off here, it went up here, now it's just ranging, going sideways. So if you look at it on a medium term, it is a little bit positive. It's been bouncing off of the 50 over here. So I have only been going long, but that's on BitMEX. On the shorter time frames here, right, it's also looking a little bit more positive. So I'll show you what it looks like on BitMEX. Over here, so on BitMEX, it looks a little bit better to the upside. So as you can see, the moves to the upside have been more violent. So if you look at it here, we'll go backwards. So it went down, it staged up, but until it breaks this level here on BitMEX, the level here is 43.54. I have a resistance line over there. So before I talked about it here, it had to break this level. And then so now I keep on talking about it. What was once support is now resistance. So it broke 4,350, which is my support level, went all the way down to 3,500, almost to the dot, right, which is my support level. It broke up, and now that became resistance. It came back down, broke 3,500, but then it did make a nice little comeback to the upside, and now 3,500 seems to be the floor, and 4,300 is resistance up to the top. So we'll see how it goes, but for me, mostly on XBT, I've just been going long. So let's look at where I've been making most of my money. So I talked about it for Ether for a long time. So if you've been following us for a while, you know that I've been shorting Ether like a madman, right, for a very, very long time. So this is why the chart is super, super ugly, right? It just went straight down, it went straight up, it went as fast as it went up, it went straight down. So this is where the money is, because if you look at the range on Ether on a daily basis, it's quite large based on a percentage. So this is where you can make a lot of money. So I tweeted out a while ago around the holidays that this is a day trader's dream, because the range on a daily basis is so big. So after the summer, it was so slow that it was hard to make any money. So a lot of the volume got sucked out. But now volatility has come back, volume has picked up a little bit, and the range is actually quite good. So here, Ether broke out of its weekly. So let's look at it. So you had a doji down over here. It went a little bit higher, confirmed 150 right now is the support level over here. So the top is about 165. So let's get on the daily, right? So here we are, right here, right? So this is it. So it broke support here at 150, went all the way down to 80. I thought it might go down a little bit more, made a nice little comeback. Now it's trending a little bit to the upside, but on a medium term, you see it's just going a little bit sideways, right? But the trend is up. So how do I know that the trend is up? Because you have higher highs and higher lows. So once this bottomed out over here, you can see it. You can see the little waves as we make it a little bit bigger. Right, so you go higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. This was a little bit of a dip down below, but then once the new year started coming back, bounced off the 200 right on the dot, then went higher, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Now it's bracing back over here. So it's touched the 200 a couple of times now. If it breaks this little level here, right, which is at 148, it might go lower and retest 140. So that is how I would play it right there. So look at EOS. So EOS is a little bit similar to Bitcoin. It's in a range right here. Right, let's look at that, and then let's see if it works. Right, so I draw the lines over here, and then let's see if it works on a smaller time frame. Boom. Right, so I put it over, and then this is the range for EOS over the last couple weeks. So just in a little zone, but it's actually pretty good because this is almost a 20% range. So you can actually make a decent amount of money from it, a decent amount of Bitcoin. And that's the other reason why I haven't been trading a lot of the other products. Because nowadays, when you do Binance or if you're doing Ether, even on BitMEX, you have to be able to hedge yourself because it's all against Bitcoin. So if you're making a lot of money on EOS to Bitcoin on Binance, that's where the volume is, right? So you have to go where the volume is. If you go to EOS to Tether, the volume is not as big as on EOS to Bitcoin. So if you do that, then you have to always hedge yourself, because if Bitcoin goes down, but you get more of it, all you're really doing is just wading water. So that's one of the other reasons why we're going to add more products to our mix, because we want to be able to show that the way we trade can go to a lot of other different things. Like for me, I am a futures index trader and a forex trader. So Most of my clients here, I am showing them how to trade on Forex and CFDs, which are futures products for indexes. So because the crypto markets have died, there's no reason to, there's no other way to put it, right? Volume has, collapsed. People are getting out of it. And, I'm not going to say like, I told you so, but I did make some calls over the last 6 months. Not saying that the death of Bitcoin, but it's that the price of Bitcoin and all the other cryptos would go lower. And most of it has come pretty true. That's why we don't believe in hodling. So one of our first videos, if you saw it last year in the springtime, was about how to hedge yourself using BitMEX, because that was very important. Because you want to make sure that you hedge yourself. After you made a lot of money, you don't want to give a lot of your money back to the markets. That's one of the things that we try to teach here at Altcoin Mentors, is that when you make profits, right, you have to learn how to keep profits and the importance of that. So let's look at XMR. So XMR on a long-term time frame, right, is going down. On the dailies, it's just going a little bit sideways over here. So it's not the same, right? But it is in a nice little range here. And on the 6 hour, it's just been bouncing down off of the 200. So off the 90-minute, you can see the difference. It's been bouncing off the 200 to the downside. So bouncing down, bouncing down. But here you can see it's almost like a wedge, right? So if you draw a line here, right? Let's go here. So something basically has to give, right? That's what's happening over here. So it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller, because basically this is the 200 on the 6 hour. This is the 200 here, and it's just bouncing down, and eventually it'll break. This is the pivotal area over here, which is about 13218. All right. So I'm going to go to REN, Right Republic Protocol, because this is one of the things that we looked at before. A while ago, it got listed on Binance. It made a big move to the upside. Not like everything else, it kind of collapsed down. But where is the future of it? And so the volume isn't that good, and it looks like it's going down, unfortunately. So that's one of the things that we have to keep an eye on. Because a lot of the other coins that we're looking at, like ICX, Icon, right, looks pretty good over here. It's going up, but it's just basically going sideways, a little bit up, but it has to break out of this little trading zone. Right, you can see it just went straight down, and then it just has to get out of this little funk. And this one is dominated actually by a very big weekly candle. Get it over here, right? This one to this one. Look at that. So it's within this range. So basically for a couple of months now it's been here. So there's really nothing to look at. For Enigma, it's a little bit different. It did break out, but it didn't confirm. It had this nice big move to the upside, and then no follow through. So after that it's been going a little bit sideways. So if we look at it on the daily, you'll see it. It went all the way down on one day and came right back up. Right, this is what happens when there's a low volume. You have these big swings. So this is the other problem with the cryptos lately. Because of lower volumes, you need less money or less Bitcoin trading to be able to swing the markets in certain directions. So here you see it, it's a big range, but there's nothing happening until it breaks out of this zone, which is actually a very big zone. Look at ZRX. It was one of my favorites for a while, but then now it's just getting hammered and it looks pretty bad. And same thing with Link is the only one, right, that looks pretty good. So if you see what I talked about before, if you look at some of our previous videos, you'll see that I saved this one for last because Link looks the best. But same thing here though, you have to hedge yourself, because if you're going to trade this against Bitcoin and Bitcoin is going a lot lower, then you have to be able to hedge yourself on BitMEX or some other form, right? So that you're not just like waiting, in the water. So it made a nice bounce down. If you look at it on the weeklies, It's one of the only ones that is continuing to go a little bit higher, right? It made nice moves to the upside, but this one, just like a lot of other ones, is dominated by a big candle over here. So everything else, if you look at it, that's such a big candle, it kind of dominates everything. So I don't know why it didn't work. Weeklies, the dailies. Well, something's wrong with TradingView, but the trend is to the upside. Oh, there it comes on here. So if you look at it, you see the range right over here. So it's just bouncing off of support and resistance. Right over here, 7354. Right now it hit support a little bit here at 9501. Came back up. It might test it again. If it breaks through, this is the line that you have to watch, the 200 on the 90-minute. If it breaks through, it can go to this level down here where it was before. So because remember, everything is like a floor. This is the first floor, second floor, third floor, fourth floor. Right? So this used to be resistance, now it's support. This used to be resistance, now it's support. This is resistance, right? This is the fourth floor. So basically, but the fourth floor though, depending on where you're coming from, is actually a bottom or a top. So here now, this is the third floor, but this is the top for someone else. If it breaks here, this becomes resistance, and then this becomes support. So that is how I would play it right now. I'm only looking to go long, right? So I will wait, a little bit. Right, so I know it's been a while. We really appreciate some of the feedback. Whoa, what happened here? So this is what's happening. So you look at it on a live market here. I've been making this video for the last 15 minutes, and then boom, one giant candle to the downside. Bitcoin is down 5%. Ether, right, just got smashed. Right here, down 10%. EOS, same thing. Monero, right, didn't really move that much, which is pretty good. Link looks like it might go back up. But this is the problem with the cryptocurrencies right now. Because of the lack of volume, things can move like this. And so, because it takes less to move. And that is one of the bigger problems. So, as I said before about a year ago, until new money or new traders come into the marketplace, replacing the old ones who left, right? So, in 2017, there was a run-up on Bitcoin and the cryptos by the Asian market, by the Asian countries like Korea, Japan, China. More things came in, but then it was like a fad because everyone came in a little bit late, pushed things higher because everyone talked about it going to 50,000, 200,000. Everyone's going to become a millionaire off of this stuff. People mortgaged their house, they got credit cards, they did all these stupid things, and then it went up, 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 up. Right, so those are the crazy people, but now they're all gone, right? Because they're all bankrupt or they lost all their money. And they're not coming back. So we have to ask ourselves, who's coming back? So we need more people to come into the marketplace. Without it, you have thousands, I don't know if there's thousands anymore, but before there were thousands of exchanges, now there's hundreds, but even the volume on the top 10 have been decreasing. So until volume and until new people come into the marketplace, right, the dominant whales, the big traders, they're the ones who will hurt. So as you're trading, you have to be very, very careful with your position sizing, your risk management, and your overall trading. Don't listen to a lot of the garbage that's out there. As I always say, listen to the charts, right? So you can see it. This made a big move up to the top, no follow through, went sideways, and now, boom, it went right back down. So this is what happens in a low liquidity environment. So hope you enjoyed our video. You can subscribe to our channel and follow us on Twitter and on Telegram. We thank you again very much for watching. This video is, I made this video for one of our followers. He asked us what happened to us? Are you guys still alive? He sent us a message on Twitter asking if we're going to make any more videos. So I told him that I would make this video just for him. So if you have any questions, please ask away in the comment section below. We try to do a very good job of answering all of our comments and questions right away. And in the near-term future, we will make more videos and we will do more analysis of charts on a regular basis. Thank you again for watching and see you in our next video.